You may not have been able to realize it, but over the last couple months I've actually had a vitamin deficiency. I've had dangerously low levels of vitamin T in my diet. Vitamin tough guy. And it's fucking time to take a handful of nails and shove them in my asshole as I look at a real man doing real manly shit in Walgreens. I've always enjoyed watching these tough guys in the wild just to try and learn from an alpha male. So let's get in here and see what a real modern tough guy looks like.
Okay. How's that? How's that? How's that? Fuck you where you breathe. Okay?
Why are you coming
Don't tell me what the fuck to do. How's that, pal?
I didn't tell you what to do.
You did. You said don't talk to people who you don't know. I'll talk to whoever the fuck I want to know.
Never mind.
How's that, pal?
Never mind. I did tell him not to talk to you.
That's right. So use your fucking head if you know how.
Speaking of using your head, this guy's head looks like it was used to model the thwomps in Super Mario 64. This guy's entire head is like an actual face filter for a TikTok meme video. It's wild. But anyway, you have to respect how he keeps calling him pal, keeping everything civil. I was hoping for a classic I'm not your pal friend, but unfortunately we weren't lucky enough for that kind of Oblivion NPC dialogue exchange, but it's still pretty cool. I don't know why pal is tough to this guy. He just keeps saying pal a lot as if it's intimidating. Like every time he says pal, the guy with the camera starts trembling like, oh, like getting smaller, like, oh fuck, he said pal, oh fuck. Yeah, it's weird. Pal and buddy, for some reason, are like choice words used by middle-aged alcoholic fathers with an attitude like this. And I don't really get why. Those are like the two least intimidating words you can start throwing at someone.
Understood.
Okay, you little pimply little shit.
Hey, you guys. If you guys could not do this in the store.
That sounds good to me.
So then leave.
I'm checking out, sir.
Yeah,
Check out.
Go ahead, ring out. If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet.
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
You're gonna get arrested for this?
Arrested for doing what? Just like a pimple on the left. Somebody says something and you don't like it.
Sir.
And you don't like it, right? Is that what it is?
If
You
don't
little
stop
pimp.
yelling-
There's a lot to unpack here. This is like a fusion of Neil Breen meets David Hasselhoff when he was crawling on the floor for hamburgers. So you can see he's starting to hone in on like personal insults at the guy's appearance by bringing up pimples for some reason. In a moment you'll see the guy doesn't even have pimples, so I don't know where that was coming from. Maybe this guy's living in some kind of delusional fantasy where he's seeing himself as a high schooler and he's like picking apart his own insecurities or something. I don't really know. The angrier this man was getting, the further his IQ was dropping. He said, just like the pimple on the left. And I thought there was going to be something to follow that up, like logically, you know, like make like a tree and leave or some dumb shit like that. That's what I was expecting, but all he said is, just like the pimple on the left, you say something you don't like. Like, what are you pimples don't talk. Like, you know, there's not something a pimple doesn't like to hear. It doesn't have ears, you fucking idiot. That doesn't make any sense. So what do you mean, just like the pimple on the left? That sounds like some kind of Amanda Bynes skit from the 90s. The pimple on the left. What is? I don't know what he was really talking about, but I like his chutzpah. I like where his heart was at. It's pretty fucking impressive. And then he, of course, really stuck it to him, showed him who was boss when he said, you little pimp. You know, I don't know if that's an insult or if this man's just starting to get a little horny. So, you know, he's starting to get a little semi-chum. He's like, you little dirty pimp. Oh, yeah. What am I? You're a little naughty, misbehaving Walgreens customer? Yeah, what are you going to do to me, huh? Huh? What are you going to do to me?
Can you hold the camera while I check out?
I'll leave the store,
I'm listening
okay?
to the young
Fuck
lady.
you where you breathe, pal. Right where you breathe. Go vote for fucking Biden and suck right here.
Have a good day, sir.
Nothing says tough guy quite like tugging on your own meat in public as you retreat from a Walgreens. Mission accomplished, I would say. Not only did he not get whatever he needed at Walgreens, he also just left completely defeated and utterly embarrassed, because now it's all online. Not that this guy uses the internet for anything more than like flat earth conspiracies on Facebook or something, but unfortunately, that's the last time we see our favorite little tough goblin. He retreats from the Walgreens and he goes back to his broken home that he's created due to his inability to control his alcohol and his temper. And I don't know anything about the background of this video or what led up to it, but I would bet a decent chunk of money that this happened in Florida. I just get a really strong Florida sense from this video. I can almost smell the classic soothing aroma of Florida bath salts. But yeah, anyway, it'd been too long since we saw a video of a tough guy, and just wanted to go through one. That's about it. So yeah. This morning I hit my foot on the stairs, and it hurt quite a bit. It was like that episode in SpongeBob where he stubs his toe and only cried for 20 minutes. It made me feel like shit. It made me feel like a pussy. And it made me want to be a stronger, tougher guy. So I figured, let's watch some tough guy videos in order to get inspired and see how it's done and what it really looks like to be a tough guy.
Pretend to take a photo because you're a big pussy. I'm gonna kick your ass up here.
Okay, do it. Come on.
To give you some context, the man filming flipped off the driver who nearly hit him and his dog while crossing the street, and the driver was not too happy about seeing that bird go his way. So he slows down and says he's gonna kick his ass up there. There's some real goofy shit like straight out of King of the Hill. So the guy filming has now booked a whoop-ass appointment at the upcoming parking lot, and he's not afraid, he's not backing down.
Alright, so go on, get out.
Why'd you threaten me back there?
I have it on video of you saying you're gonna get out and kick my ass.
Well, you just threatened me.
Hey, what the fuck is this? Some kind of magic trick? They made the tough guy from behind the wheel disappear, and now we're just left with this scared volleyball coach talking about being threatened. This can't be the same guy that was talking about beating dick and beating ass from a moment ago, right? Must have switched out or something like that. This guy is just the quintessential peaked in high school loser. He's got a beer belly now, 2 kids that don't respect him, his wife feels trapped with him, so she's probably getting experimental with the neighbor, just trying to think of a way out of the marriage. He just does not seem like a happy guy.
With what?
You flipped me off, and I got it on camera.
Oh yeah, I flipped you off because you didn't stop for a pedestrian.
Who's a pedestrian?
Me and my dog.
You weren't there.
Oh yeah, we were.
No, you weren't.
Okay, well then I flipped you off for no reason for my First Amendment right. So go fuck yourself.
First Amendment. Okay.
Yeah.
You can threaten me with the go fuck yourself.
Threaten? Are you threatened by freedom of speech, sir?
Well, you're shaking.
You should go fuck yourself.
You're shaking like a leaf.
Now it's turned into a Twitter argument here out of nowhere. So this guy was talking so fucking tough from behind the wheel of his car, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna kick your ass over there at the middle school parking lot. It's going down. Please don't call my bluff. God, please don't come over here. Oh God, he's here. So he starts to panic, and then he immediately gets out his phone, fucking fumbling it around. He's probably got it and not even recording. He probably just accidentally took a picture and thinks it's recording. Why are you threatening me? This maniac, help! Calling the police. This crazy madman's talking about he's gonna kick my ass. He's gonna beat my butt. Oh, please, God, get here and help. Why'd you threaten me? You know, just one of these cowards. Just, there's so many people like this. That, you know, that very stereotypical hold me back type, you know, where someone's like going wild, like pretending they want to fight, puffing out their chest, but really that's the last thing in the world they want. That's exactly what this guy tried, but he tried it with the wrong guy. This guy was about that action. He's got his dog with him, and he was probably just going to go over there and beat his ass with one hand.
Yeah, I am, because you threatened to beat my ass.
Well, you can cry.
And this is going on Facebook.
Okay, cry.
Have you heard of Bellingham Living?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going all over it.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, what did you say you were gonna come do?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, it's on video.
Well, you look at you.
Yeah, because you threatened to beat my ass.
Dog isn't like you.
And that's the conclusion of this David vs. Goliath match. He never even got out of the car. So the fight that he tried to start, he didn't even show up to. And I have no doubt he drove away thinking that he was the winner and the big man. Which is real fucking sad. Now let's go ahead and go to a classic. I'm sure most of you have seen this video, but this one's such a classic and I really was feeling like watching some tough guy shit. So let's go ahead and watch one of the internet's finest tough guy moments.
You tried to rear-end me and my fucking wife, bitch! Look what you did to my fucking car! I hope you have insurance, motherfucker! Get the fuck out of your car! I'm gonna beat your fucking ass! Get the fuck out, bitch! Get the fuck out, you pussy!
This road rage incident really has everything you could want. A protagonist you can't help but root for as he just silently stone-faced stares ahead, ignoring the goofball outside of his window doing an interpretive dance and losing his mind. It's just a wonderful video.
Fuck out of your truck! Get the fuck out, you pussy ass bitch! Let's go! Get out! Get out of your truck! Get out of your truck so I can beat your fucking ass!
I will say, his negotiating skills need work. You know, maybe get out of the truck so I can give you candy or something, you know? Like, really try and entice him out of there. Lure him out like an animal. Set little breadcrumbs or something that he might open the door and, you know, get up, you know? He's not even really trying to persuade him to leave. Right now, his only bargaining chip is get out of the truck so I can beat your ass. Who's gonna really want to take that deal? And they can just sit there and laugh at you. I also really appreciate the music in this clip because I think it really adds to the ambiance. The boner jams really add an extra layer of beauty to the video.
Wanna go? Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Take a fucking video! Take a fucking video, cunt! You fucking whore, bitch cunt! Let's go! Come on!
Tough guy thought he was on Xbox Live there for a second.
Get out of your fucking car!
Things really escalate there. We've reached the climax. As his friends show up, he gets even more confident and he goes full baby rage mode. Get out! It's great. And then all of a sudden a G.I. Joe out of nowhere shows up to try and put the kibosh on the whole thing here. Also, one of his friends looks exactly like him. They look like clones. They're even wearing the exact same shirt in a different color. I don't know if they planned that. Or maybe they could be twins, I suppose, but I just thought this was interesting. It's like a video game developer who got lazy, so they just used the same character model and changed the clothes color. Yeah, it's pretty much where that one ends. I really was expecting him to start crying after the huge meltdown moment, but I don't think he ever did get any tears out. He probably did cry on the drive home, I imagine. He really just let it all out because the emotions were just overwhelming. But it would have been nice to see him cry on camera. But, oh well. It's still a classic. And I think these two tough guy videos are pretty solid stuff. Now I think I have a better idea of what it means and looks like to be a tough guy. That's about it. See ya. Alright, fine, you caught me red-handed. There's no use in trying to hide it and keep it a secret. Nothing gets by you guys. Yes, I did just get back from playing Thursday night pickup basketball with the boys. And yes, I did perform like Allen Iverson in his prime, but we don't need to just hyper-fixate on that. I mean, you guys are really just focused on it way too heavily. Or maybe you're just so distracted by this beautiful retro moist jersey that I'm wearing. There's a little sneak peek, a little teaser for an upcoming basketball wear line we're doing. But please, you're a real chatty Cathy. Can you stop talking about basketball for 2 seconds? Yes, I play like Luka if he got hit with a shrinking beam, right? I get it, you know, little Luka out there, but just because I'm incredible at basketball doesn't mean that that's what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is a very interesting gym dispute that I've never quite seen before. I've seen a lot of gym freakouts and really goofy things that happen there, especially in the modern age where every single person's workout appears to be filmed now for TikTok. So when you go into a gym, I imagine it's like going on to a movie set right now, but they're doing like 15 different indie films at every single corner of the gym. I haven't been to a public gym in a while. We built one at the warehouse a couple years ago, and that was such a fucking blessing. That was crucial, because I couldn't stand to be in a gym that is just nothing but cameras recording every single nook and cranny of the establishment. It'd be miserable. And today, there was someone recording their back workout, and it led to an argument because he was doing it shirtless. Now listen here, sports fans, I'm gonna give you the brass tacks. You don't get pythons like these puppies unless you're praying at the Iron Temple actively. And for me, I've spent about 10 years in gyms. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and just get ahead of this here before some of you in the comments attack me like mosquitoes swarming a Hershey's bar that was left out in the rain. I know a lot of people say that my physique isn't representative of what 10 years in the gym should look like. To that I say, bah humbug. I've gone through the jacked, yoked stage, and at 5'6", I just didn't like how I looked. I looked like a goofy little meatball. So now I just keep myself looking this way on purpose, going for more of a shredded, lean, muscular physique. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but figured might as well. Point is, in all of my years in the gym, it has always been proper etiquette to wear a shirt during your workout, except for a couple of exceptions where it is acceptable to not do that. There's a few locations in my local area where there's plenty of people working out shirtless, and there's no problem with that. But when you're going to just like a normal public gym where it's just, you know, a wide range of clientele that isn't necessarily like power lifters or anything like that, just casual lifting, it's usually encouraged that you keep your shirt on. So I'm imagining that's what this place was, a place where you're supposed to keep your shirt on. So I can understand maybe one person being like, that's kind of douchey. But this guy gets so fucking upset at seeing a shirtless man that he starts recording it, and then it devolves into a heated argument that I half expected to go Looney Tunes and have like grand pianos falling on each other's heads.
Alan, this shirt's the fucking difference. I'm recording my back here, man. You got the problem.
He is more mad about seeing this guy shirtless than he would be if he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. He is fuming. Like, the response to just less than proper gym etiquette is overblown here from this individual. Okay, so the protagonist here isn't supposed to be shirtless. Got it. If you have a huge problem with it, why not just go say something like, hey, would you mind putting your shirt back on? You're scaring me. I don't like to see a man chest. Just put a shirt on, please. Like, just go talk it out. Instead, he, like, just goes right up in front of him and starts filming, which is I am so tired of that being the trend when anything is going on that's a little out of the ordinary. Everyone's first instinct now is just to start recording that shit. I mean, I guess I sometimes do like that because it leads to really silly videos, but, man, it is just out of control. It has completely replaced normal human instincts and common sense on how you'd respond to something you don't like, where you'd usually just ignore it, or maybe just roll your eyes and walk away. Now you put yourself in the position you don't like for as long as possible so you can keep recording and continuously just escalate your own inner anger. It's a baffling concept to me. But that's exactly what happens here. He just stands there, he records. Eventually, the guy who's being recorded is now like, hey, why are you doing that? And then he's like, it's weird because you're not wearing a shirt. And then he just starts dropping slurs. Like, he is so upset, he is throwing around slurs at this stranger here.
So I don't even know this dude, and I am confused as hell of what's going on, because I don't understand why he's cursing me out and stuff. So, but he continues to stare at me and flip me off and mouth things to me. So I just had to say something.
Man, this NPC here just hit a water bottle slam in response to this, and then started rolling up on the guy like it was something out of a horror video game. Just marching his way up there to give him a piece of his mind. Which, again, probably should have been the first thing he did instead of start escalating this shit by recording it and then calling him slurs. You could have just walked up and said, hey, do you mind putting your shirt back on? You know, finish your set, put your shirt back on, it's not that big of a deal. But instead, he's gone through all this hoopla and made the situation far bigger than it ever should have been. I don't know why he's this upset about a guy not wearing a shirt. It is a crazy response to that.
I don't know what you're talking, buddy. What are you talking about? Talking across the fucking gym. What do you think? What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? Fuck you. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, pussy. Yeah. Fuck you.
What an interesting exchange there. That was some shit straight out of Skyrim. He just comes up with the wackiest dialogue tree after slamming his water bottle. Fuck! Ah, shirtless man, damn you! And then marches over, and then he's just like, what are you talking about? He's trying his best to make it seem like he's not the weird one here, saying that the other guy was talking to him from across the gym, but meanwhile, he was the one that was recording him, and then calling him slurs. It doesn't add up. And he's doing it all with this really confused smile on his face. Like, it's just such a odd set of circumstances. A lot of the comments on this video compared the looks of this man to Eli Manning, and I can't unsee it. This actually does look like Eli Manning in an alternate universe. Anyway, dude comes up and makes threats saying that he'll fuck him up over not wearing a shirt is a crazy thing to try and fight about. But he's doing all of this with like a really big smile on his face, like he is grinning ear to ear. I can't tell if he wanted to fight or fuck this guy. I'm really not sure what his plan was or what he was wanting to happen. If I was to be an armchair psychologist, to me this seems like the sight of the shirtless man made him have thoughts that he wasn't happy about, so then he had this crazy big response because he felt bad about maybe being attracted to it. I really don't know. I can't think of a rational, reasonable explanation for why somebody would get this mad at something so small. Yes, if this is a gym that doesn't allow shirts to be off, it is improper etiquette to have your shirt off, but it's super easily solvable without this kind of hostility by just asking them to put their shirt back on, or even telling just gym staff, be like, hey, that guy's got his shirt off, you might want to talk to him about it, if you don't want to be the one to do it. Like, it's just so easy without it being a big song and dance. I just had to share this because this really was a head-scratcher of a video for me, getting this mad about something so insignificant. That's really about it. So yeah. McDonald's is no stranger when it comes to brutal fights and sloppy smackdowns. It's often considered the Thunderdome for the world's toughest, but in this disturbing clip I'm about to show you, not even McDonald's was prepared to handle this meat monster that came in here looking for trouble. This ain't your mother's McDonald's anymore. This ain't no Weenie Hut Jr. shit. This is his world and we're just eating McDonald's in it.
You need to settle down, boy. Now, are you fucking serious? You just fucking fuck. I wanted to fucking have a meal. You have whores up here trying to switch go now.
This is the face of the man who makes knuckle sandwiches. You'll be cruising for a bruising if you step in this man's way. This is Goliath in the legendary David vs. Goliath tale, and he stepped into the McDonald's crucible with one goal in mind, to eat some lovely McChickens while looking up the new Magic the Gathering ban list. And apparently those damn whores interrupted him. Now he's rampaging. God help us.
That's your job. Get out of my store! Now! You need to get out of my store, dude! Now!
Did you catch all of those moves? I'll slow it down and rewind it for all of you who aren't classically trained in martial arts nor familiar with ancient Shaolin techniques like I am.
Now!
Here we can see the master lead with a right foot buttfuck slip and slide move, but he also throws in the combo with the left arm Shoryuken. While on the surface it may seem like just a simple and effective 1-2 combo, I dare you to even give this a try. You'll likely combust and just lead to fuck all over the floor. It takes thousands and thousands of hours to master this technique right here, and he throws it around with ease. And he doesn't stop there, he beautifully transitions into his Looney Tunes level windup here for the haymaker that would have surely not only ended that man's life, but would also make every woman's panties within a 2-mile radius sodden.
I'll put you down. Come on, follow me. Get out of my store now! Get out of my store now!
The manager's sharp reflexes just saved the entire city block. Had the rampaging glasses man been able to slam the door successfully, you're looking at a catastrophic explosion. That would have been the end of the entire area.
Get out of my fucking shit! I'm gonna fuck my store now, alright?
And it was on that day that McDonald's got a grim reminder, stay out of that man's fucking shit, or else. Well, yeah, I mean, that's it. So yeah. Today I saw a video of an overwhelmingly intimidating tough guy. I'm talking full-fledged DEFCON, red alert, sound the alarm, sirens blaring, full chub, full throttle, tough guy. This rare specimen was spotted in the only environment you can find these kind of scary Pokemon, Whole Foods, obviously. Now when you look at me, you probably see a pretty intimidating, scary guy at a 5'6" imposing frame with a big set of fucking pythons on him. Yeah. I can understand why people would think that I'm probably as tough as they get, but what if I told you there's a man that dwarfs even my profuse masculinity? And he's not just a man, he's a father.
People won't learn. These people won't learn. You're a bunch of idiots wearing masks, you know it's not real. Look at you fools, you got a fucking doily on your face, you retard. You look like you fucking got it off your mom's countertop. You feel better now?
Looks like you got a Sharpie off your mom's countertop and scribbled in some weak-ass facial hair. This whole freakout here reminds me of the old Bagel Boss guy. You remember that guy that was extremely short and melted down about women not wanting him at a Bagel Boss restaurant? I get the same vibes from this guy. He just came in here looking for a fight with a chip on his shoulder, mad at the world for fucking nothing. Of course it's about masks. You can look at this guy and immediately tell he doesn't believe in masks and probably believes the world is flat. But I mean, anyway, this guy's dressed like he's trying to go fishing but accidentally wandered into a Whole Foods and now is upset about the whole ordeal. Unfortunately, he's brought his family here with him to embarrass them, and make no mistake, they seem extremely embarrassed by their father as this video continues.
You look like an idiot. You're a child. Trying to make you wear a mask. Shut up. Shut up. Yelling at people. You're a dork. Look at you, you giant fucking dork. What are you gonna do? No, come outside. Come outside and show me how tough you are.
The guy that confronted our protagonist is about twice the size of him from what I can see here, so I'm pretty sure that the dad was already starting to sweat a little bit and really praying that his sons would pretend to hold him back, which they did beautifully. It just saved him a lot of embarrassment so he could keep talking shit, knowing full well that the guy that he was talking shit to could literally eat him. I swear to God, this guy could suckle on his nipples standing up. The mismatch in terms of size was laughable. So it was extremely lucky that the dad decided to melt down with his kids nearby, able to get him out of the situation that he's caused. He really does not look like somebody you'd want to piss off. Just look at that beard, that majestic beard. He looks like an old blacksmith who made the tools for the Olympic gods to use. He looks like the kind of guy that would fuck your ass up in a fight, and then just fuck your ass just because he's that powerful.
I'll beat that fucking mask off your face like a fucking retard. Fucking pussies. You're all a bunch of pussies wearing masks. Losers.
Goodbye.
I will say, I respect that this man keeps shit-talking even as he's being carried away like a baby out of a Toys R Us throwing a temper tantrum. He doesn't let the embarrassment of getting picked up by his son stop him from talking a lot of shit for no reason. I actually do love the shamelessness from the father here. He feels no level of embarrassment after being picked up and carried away. His son was so shameful of his father breaking down here and becoming a public nuisance that the only course he could find was picking him up and removing him from the property. After decades of butt-chugging Miller Lights in the bathtub, the father has just lost the ability to feel shame. And this is the result. This looked like something out of Fall Guys, just getting grabbed and carried away slowly outside of the store. A great meltdown, though. Another good meltdown. I gotta tell you, the mask debate here, which isn't really a debate, there's one side which is right, and then the one side that's wrong. The wrong side obviously being the ones that think masks are the devil or a muzzle or a microchip or some shit. That's clearly the wrong side, but this whole dichotomy here, this war on masks has been the gift that keeps on giving in terms of public freakouts and meltdowns. Every single day, there's a new troglodyte that decides to wander out into the world and just go fucking wild about a mask. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to showcase a real tough dad out there, making sure the local Piggly Wiggly here knows that he's the boss, he's the sheriff, and if he sees you wearing a mask, well, he's gonna shit in his little diapers there and go wild in public. So keep that in mind next time you think you're going to a Piggly Wiggly in a mask, because this guy might just come around the block and put the kibosh on that whole operation by yelling and screaming and screeching. So anyway, that's about it. See ya. A few years ago, we were blessed with one of the finest public meltdowns this world has ever seen. The Bagel Boss guy. This was an incident that occurred at a bagel shop where a guy who was on the shorter side of things absolutely went ballistic and lost his mind, all because he felt like he was being insulted for his height. So he got really aggressive, trying to fight everyone like a small chihuahua lashing out at the bigger dog, turned it into a huge spectacle, yelling and screaming. I'm sure in his head he imagined himself like Kratos from God of War with all of this anger, but in reality he just came across like a squeaky toy. It was so beautifully silly, and today, I think we may have found his spiritual successor. There was a man who melted down in a McDonald's about his height.
I'm right here. You wanna show us people what a fucking big man you are? Picking on a fucking little man? Come on! Come on! Come on!
What's wild to me is he actually looks like the Bagel Boss. They could be brothers. So they have the same build, the same face, and the same attitude, and the same effect on women. Her face really tells the whole story on how uncomfortable it is to be around something like this. I love watching videos on these kind of outrageous freakouts for no reason, but I think if I was there in person, I would just feel so slimy and yucky. It'd be so fucking miserable to be around it.
Come on, motherfucker! Bring it on, motherfucker! Bring it on, motherfucker! Come on! Hey! Bring it on, motherfucker! Hey! Bring it on, motherfucker! You bring it on! God damn it! You bring it on, fucking later!
There is a lot to unpack in that 10-second clip right there. So let's get to the post-fight analysis here and break it down. So after getting into this man's face and yelling point blank at him like it was a Call of Duty lobby on Xbox Live, the guy finally has enough and he starts yelling back, which I think is adorable. That's like something you do to handle a bear. Like if you're trapped and a bear's coming at you and it's hungry and salivating, you just make yourself look big and get real loud. So this guy just yells back at him and then throws him against the wall. And the smaller gentleman here, his brain malfunctions, I guess, so he takes his soda, he throws it on himself, fucking waterboards himself with the Coke, and then throws it on the ground, only to slip on it. So this man just Macaulay Culkin booby-trapped himself, so he slips like it's a banana peel out of Mario Kart, hits the ground really hard, and struggles to get up briefly, and then the fight gets broken up, unfortunately. If you can even call this a fight. This is just such a sad Looney Tunes level event, what happened here. Nothing went right for the instigator here, the smaller guy who's for some reason really upset.
Bring your ass out! I'll fucking lay your ass out! You hear me? You hear me? I will lay your ass down!
I want to see this altercation from this guy's perspective because he's doing a much better job than the current cameraman. This guy's in like a squatted position getting a really cinematic angle here. He absolutely has some directing experience. So I'd really like to see the video from his phone because the cameraman that we're following right now is terrible. He is missing all of the action. Our cameraman is looking everywhere but where he should be. It's so frustrating.
I will lay your ass out! Hey! Do you hear me?
Unfortunately, this is all we get here because I guess the cameraman was too fucking drunk to just focus on one thing. I don't know what he was doing. Just constantly turning around like clothes in a washing machine. The second the action started, he just blanked out and just got everything that wasn't important. Filming the wall, filming people behind him, looking at the ground, never once getting them in frame again. It's so frustrating. I would really like the other angles here, but I haven't been able to find them yet. It's unfortunate we don't get to see the conclusion, but at least we get to hear some of it. The smaller guy keeps saying, "I'm gonna lay your ass out," which I think is a hollow threat. I think the time for intimidation is long past since you just took yourself out. So, like, it's kind of hard to make people afraid of you after that when it comes to fighting. I think he should have just cut his losses, and once they were broken up, maybe just give him, like, a cool one-liner on the way out, like, "You're lucky this guy stopped me, or else you'd be in the hospital from me beating your ass mercilessly," and then just leave. But if you keep saying I'm gonna lay your ass out after you actually just ate shit on your own accord, it's just kind of more embarrassing, I would say. Like, this guy really owes a huge debt to the worker that separated the two of them, because without him, I think this could have gone a lot worse. It could have been significantly more painful for him because he bit off a lot more than he could chew here. I'd also like this video to serve as a PSA. If you're going to film a public freakout, film the fucking freakout, not everything around it. I don't know if he was trying to be like sneaky with his phone so no one knew he was recording or something, so he just didn't know where he was aiming, or what went wrong here, but this is just such horrible camera work and it's insulting. I'm almost more mad at the camera guy than that smaller guy was with the customer in line. Like, it makes me so upset. I'm getting furious. I'm getting short man rage right now because the cameraman couldn't fucking focus on the action. Just, you know, you're there filming, you've made the decision to film, now be good at it. Or at least competent, like close to it. Because the second that this like started to pop off, we lose all visual on it. It's so upsetting, it's so frustrating. And another thing, every time these freakouts happen, one thing that I always find interesting is people start laughing at them, like directly. or in this case shouting World Star and laughing at them and filming, you have to feel like such a clown. You know, like you're super mad, like you're ready to fight and everyone's laughing at you. It has to be the worst feeling ever and just makes you even more mad. It happens in every Freakout video ever, and I can only imagine how much that fuels the rage in like this endless cycle. So, pretty great video overall, a good Freakout. It's McDonald's, so you're always guaranteed some great quality Freakouts, and yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. Yesterday there was a war fought on American soil that I'm sure many of you have seen by now. A one-man army barged into a local smoothie place, assaulted the young workers, got racist, got arrested, and subsequently fired from his very well-paying job. He was one of the top 25 highest-grossing wealth advisors in Connecticut, and he threw all of it away over what was ultimately his fault when it came to a smoothie dispute. This battle was up there with the Battle of Troy, but instead of being fought over a woman, it was fought over a smoothie. To briefly break down the situation before sharing the video, or at least some of the video, I can't share all of it because he gets racist and I'm not going to show that. So just to briefly sum up the lore here, there was a father who had ordered a smoothie from this smoothie place earlier in the day. He mentioned he didn't want any peanut butter in it, so when he got the smoothie, he brought it to his son who has a peanut allergy, and his son had an allergic reaction to the smoothie and ended up in the hospital. Sometime after this, the father then went like full-blown fucking vigilante mode, goddamn trying to emulate John Wick, went back to the smoothie place to demand to speak face-to-face with the person who made the smoothie, but the 4 girls that were working there at the time were not the 4 employees that made that smoothie, so they didn't know who it was. So then the father got very upset, yelling and screaming, treating it like a 2009 Call of Duty Xbox Live lobby, just absolutely shouting, being racist, and tried to kick down the employees only door, I imagine, to try and like beat them up or some shit. Then police got involved, he got arrested, lost his job. The whole thing honestly played out like a fucking Dhar Mann video over the last 12 hours. Father gets angry, gets racist, gets fired, lives to regret it. Now, I want to make it clear, I think the father is totally in the right to be mad about the situation, but nothing justifies racism and like trying to assault people that didn't even have anything to do with the situation in the first place or any of that shit. The most important part of this story is the father never specified he didn't want the peanut butter due to allergies. He never specified that it was due to, allergies to peanuts that he wanted the peanut butter excluded. So the workers may have made a mistake of blending it in a blender that had already had a peanut butter smoothie in it at some point. But nothing excuses how the father handled this situation at all. It's terrible what happened to his son, and what the father should have done is handle this legally, professionally. The dude's a fucking wealth advisor, at a very reputable place. He shouldn't be some kind of troglodyte homunculus who thinks the only solution here is to goofily march into the smoothie place, fee-fi-fo-fumming, ready to fight some high school girls. It's absolutely outrageous the way he handled it, and there's no excuse for it. Now, from what I understand, most restaurants do have a policy when someone asks for anything regarding nuts, like leave off, the peanut butter or whatever, the assumption is supposed to be made that it is due to allergies, which is why they have like a special blender at smoothie places from what I was reading. So yes, the smoothie place is at fault, which is why the father should have handled this legally, not as some kind of, agent of chaos or whatever. Let me go ahead and show you the video now.
Please don't yell at us.
Yeah.
Don't videotape me.
You have no room to yell at us.
I want to speak to the fucking person who made this drink. Is that you?
No,
well, we don't know who made it, so.
You don't know who made it?
There's 4 of us here, so we obviously don't know.
Fucking stupid, fucking ignorant high school kids.
Okay, bye.
I want to speak to the fucking
Bye.
manager.
Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye.
Gian, stop. You're on camera.
Fuck
You're on
out of
camera.
here,
You're on
you
camera.
fucking bitch.
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
What?
I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
Fuck you, fucking bitch. I want the fucking telephone
Get the
number
fuck
right now.
out.
Gianna,
I want the telephone number. Shut the fuck
You
up.
shut up. Get out. You can call corporate whenever you want. Bye.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, good for you. Fuck out. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, you racist piece of shit.
I want the fucking telephone.
bro, call the police now.
Like I said, I'm not going to keep any of the racist shit he said in here because obviously I don't want to keep that in here. So This is the worst way of handling any situation ever. I talked about it on stream last night, so I'll play some of those clips. But there's nothing that excuses this behavior. I've seen quite a few people almost defend him, saying like how emotional he must have been with his son. And yeah, that's a horrible thing that happened to his kid off of a mistake from the facility here. But this is not the way you go about it. And nothing justifies racism and like attacking people, especially people that had nothing to do with what happened in the first place. And if he was really that emotional about his son, why wasn't he with his son at the hospital at this point? I'm assuming when this was happening, his son was still at the hospital. This probably wasn't like 18 hours later, or, you know, the next day or anything. So he sent his son to the hospital and then immediately came over here like it was some kind of revenge movie or something. It's disgusting. I don't think they like maliciously put peanut butter in his smoothie after he asked not to. It was probably just using a cross-contaminated blender that had peanut butter in it. Just sue. Exactly. He could have handled this legally or anything other than whatever the fuck he thought he was doing here, like Liam Neeson. Fair, but if I was a dad, I'd get just as angry, just without the racism. He absolutely had a right to be angry. I don't think anyone disputes that. But he doesn't have a right to be racist, or go to the place and threaten high school girls. And throw a smoothie at them, call them all kinds of horrible names, and then try and literally break down the door to, I assume, beat them up. Most places, when they hear no peanuts / nuts of any kind, they're supposed to assume allergies due to how common it is. That would make sense. He was the wealth management advisor, and managing director for Merrill Lynch. Yeah, that's what it was. He only worked with clients with $1 million or more. I remember that. I guess you can't control emotions when your son is in the hospital. What? What? I mean, no matter how mad you get, there's never an excuse for racism. Like, what do you mean? It's not like, my son, time to go be racist. Dude looks way older than 48. He doesn't look that much older than 48. Like, it's not like a good 48 he's rocking, but it's also not, like, terrible. You clearly haven't met a 48-year-old in Florida. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this father only worked with clients who had $1 million or more worth of, like, assets in their account or some shit like that. So this guy he was big money. He wasn't making peanuts. This guy was making, like, fucking fat, big old stacks. And he lost that job, like, hours after this video surfaced. Overall, this whole situation was awful. Feel really bad for the kid. Both parties were at fault, but the father was significantly more in the wrong for how he handled this. There is just no excuse for this behavior whatsoever. So, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah.
Call the fucking police right now. I know you saw it. She need me in the stomach.
Good. We're gonna contact them.
Thank you.
You need to.
I've always wondered what the real Burger King looks like, and now I finally know. He just looks like a normal crackhead we get here in Florida. Burger King, of course, has their own mascot, but this is the actual real-world king of burgers. Their mascot has his own video games like Sneak King and all that shit, but this is the real genius, the man behind the curtain, the Burger King. And he's out here on a plane ride not having any fun. So he sounds like Gilbert Gottfried with a sinus infection, and he keeps whining about how a lady kneed him in the stomach. And this wasn't like some unprovoked act of violence against him or anything like that. It's not like they had sent an assassin on this plane flight to take out the Burger King. The reason he got kneed in the stomach is because he's a racist asshole, which you'll soon see.
This is my seat.
Can you stand up?
Where is 25A? Where is 25A? Why did she just knee me in the stomach?
Because you deserve it.
Yes, she did.
This is the face of an angry Boy Scout whose chicken fries were cold. I love that he's wearing this Burger King crown. I can't get enough of that shit. I don't even know how the fuck he would have gotten this. Like, maybe he stole it out of a dumpster or something. Like, some child had a birthday party at Burger King. God rest their soul, that'd be miserable. And then they just, like, threw out the crown, and this guy just went through the dumpster to get it. Or maybe he truly earned it, right? Like, maybe they were celebrating. He was the first person that day to finish a Burger King meal without puking, so they gave him this crown as, like, a nice little souvenir, a token of their appreciation.
Because you deserve it. Did you get that on camera?
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Excuse me, I'm part West African.
You deserve
I can
it.
say anytime I want.
For obvious reasons, I'm going to be muting the N-word here. You can start to see why the passengers were pretty upset with this asshole. I have to imagine that this may even be like a McDonald's viral marketing campaign, like the person filming is Ronald McDonald or like the Hamburglar, and they're just like filming it like, holy shit, this is gonna be huge for us.
Guys, you need me in the stomach. I want to press charges. Nobody. Take your shit and get the fuck out of my seat.
I don't know why he keeps saying that he wants to press charges. Like, what the fuck do you want the staff on the plane to do about it? All of a sudden provide you with a lawyer? Like, here, okay, you want to press charges? Tell it to this guy. We'll wait before we take off. I just don't know what he expects to happen. Like, another passenger raises his hand. I am an attorney, and I will represent this lunatic in this case. I only require 1 Whopper as payment.
Kick that nigger bitch off the plane!
Sir, please you need to stop. There are children. Please stop. Stop. Hey, that's not necessary.
Take your stuff and get out of my seat, please!
Yeah, so he just keeps screaming and shouting and screaming the N-word, making it sound like a 2009 Call of Duty Xbox Live lobby. Just truly awful, and tons of chaos from this one guy going wild. And Burger King has some of the worst marketing of all time. Like, genuinely, their marketing campaigns are some of the most garbage. Do you remember for National Women's Day when they posted a tweet saying women belong in the kitchen, which was supposed to be outrage bait, where you click their tweet and then you read their next one that says that they're actually offering programs to women? Like, just stupid shit like that. They can't do anything right when it comes to marketing, so I truthfully wouldn't be surprised to learn that this whole thing was supposed to be a marketing stunt from Burger King gone wrong. Maybe it's supposed to end like that Pepsi ad with Kylie Jenner and the Pepsi saving the world. This one ends with this guy taking a bite of a Whopper and it cures racism. He's no longer racist, and everyone on the plane is super happy as Whoppers and chicken fries fall from like the emergency compartments and everyone chows down.
Take care of it, but I need you to stop yelling.
She need me in the stomach. Why are you in my face?
I'm asking you to stop yelling.
Have I committed any type of violence since I've been on the plane?
You're
no.
Yelling and
so
you're
what?
Yes, sir. That's
she need me in the stomach.
I don't care what she did. You're being disrespectful.
Shut
the
fuck
up for 2 seconds.
I want a lawsuit. I want a fucking lawsuit right now, motherfucker. Give me a
He wants a lawsuit, god damn it, and jumping Jehoshaphat, he's gonna get one. He just keeps saying that he wants a lawsuit, as if somehow that's supposed to happen like right now, that because he called for it, a lawsuit has to now be put into motion, a judge has to come out of like the cockpit, and a trial has to go underway because this guy has now declared his intent of filing a lawsuit. I just like that he proclaims that multiple times as if it's some kind of like ancient rule that we have to follow. Like back in the day, if you call for a duel, you have to engage in that duel or else your honor is fucked. Him calling for a lawsuit means that right now a trial is about to break out on the plane. So we get a camera angle change here, and you can see someone really go in there and deliver the fucking meat to him, trying to like get him with like this flying punch. So someone comes in with a special delivery of a double Whopper with extra cheese on the guy and knocks off his crown before they're separated, and they're trying their best to settle down the situation, waiting for the cops to arrive, which they eventually do, and they arrest the guy.
Yeah! Get out of here!
So yeah, this was a pretty wild Burger King related plane freakout. This is a little over a year old now, I believe. So I'm a little tardy to the party on this one. I didn't even hear about this, which is shocking because this is like a pretty wild freakout. And I've usually got my finger on the pulse of this kind of shit, but this one, it flew under my radar. But yeah, I just wanted to share this one. That's about it. See ya. A couple days ago, I treated you all like my therapist, where I confided in you that I wasn't feeling overly tough anymore. When I posted that video watching Tough Guys, I told you about my insecurities. I wasn't feeling like a manly man's man, like lumberjack, butt fucking, pussy slaying tough guy. And today it just really hit me even harder. That box behind me right there is a bidet attachment for my toilet. No tough guys cleaning their ass, let alone pressure washing it. So I needed to watch another tough guy today to get inspired and remember what it's like to be extremely masculine, and I found a great patient zero for this. This is one of the toughest men I've ever seen in a Walmart.
Let's go, Brandon. Don't try to fucking go too far and start something, right? Right? You want to see my back kick right now?
Call the cops.
This guy forgot he's not in college anymore, so his frat can't back him up. So to me, he seems a little bit skittish, but kind of like a scared animal, trying his best not to look weak, but in doing so looks extremely weak. I will say though, I love his threats. Do you want to see my back kick? Sounds like something SpongeBob would say after taking one lesson of karate. I feel like this dude's stuck in some kind of time vortex where he thinks he's 10 years younger than he actually is in reality, but he definitely strikes me as a fighter, a fucking warrior. I guarantee every time he goes into the bathroom to take his shit, he shadow boxes in the mirror just to practice his combat techniques. He probably just envisions all of these incredible fights in his head where he's the anime protagonist, the hero. So he's working on like these weird techniques, like fucking charging up his punches like Donkey Kong. And then of course his signature back kick.
Let's go!
Call cops? Yep, call cops right now.
That's what I'm tired of. You guys think, you like black people. You guys think you guys are so fucking strong.
Yeah.
You guys think you're so fucking strong and everything.
Congratulations, you just set a new any % record for the racism speedrun. It only took him like 2 sentences to reveal that he's a racist, so that was pretty impressive. Look at this technique though, I mean look at that stance. What is that? Is that crouching tiger hidden douchebag? I take back what I said, he doesn't look weak. If I was to choose one word to describe this man, it would be diesel. He's looking strong and fierce. He's taken 2 rumble boxing aerobics courses at his local gym, and he's feeling like a champion.
Right, come on, make a move, dude, come on.
Sir, I'm
come on.
asking you, it's time to go.
Come on.
Time to go, sir.
What?
Excuse me.
What?
Hey, excuse me. Hey,
We got out of here.
time to go.
You've been drinking. You need to go.
His speed is inhuman. If you blinked, you would have missed over 1,000 blows. I think the human eye can only register like half of the moves he actually did there, but I slowed down the footage in order to see every move. When he did this, into this, there was actually over 15 individual punches thrown. It was like out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And admittedly, that kick was a lot higher than I thought it would ever be, coming from a guy that looks like this. I'm sure it came at a high price. That's definitely the highest he's kicked since he was a kid, and he's definitely paying the price. I'm sure he pulled a muscle there and he won't be able to walk in the morning, but god damn it did he look strong doing it. It was worth it in the end. After seeing this, I have no doubt that this man is an absolute weapon. I guarantee his Bible study peers are afraid of him, just in case they get on his bad side, because he might unleash an unholy beatdown and absolutely clobber ass. These techniques are forbidden jutsu, and he's mastered each and every one of them.
Walmart line.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap just came out. I was trying to get Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap. Yeah, that's what we're here for too.
Yeah, just in case you were curious what started all of this, apparently that guy was just being an asshole over a copy of Pokemon Snap, and then decided to start threatening back kicks and shit like that. Crazy. Yeah, but huge thanks to the Walmart staff for intervening there. If left unchecked, that man's power could have gone out of control and just been devastating, like an apocalypse-level event. That's probably the Armageddon that was written about in the Bible, is just when that guy's temper flares up. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't an asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. It was this guy just getting angry about Pokemon Snap not being available. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. There was a close call, but Walmart staff really saved the day there. And now that guy's going to go home, butt chug his Budweiser, and just think about how strong he was. Because this guy was a real fucking tough guy. And, yeah, that's about it. See ya. In life, there's always going to be that level of self-doubt and insecurity that someone will experience at one point or another. It's just part of the human condition, where you ask yourself, am I good enough? Maybe I'm just a fucking loser. And yeah, maybe you are a fucking loser. but today I'm going to show you a man that has reinvented what it means to be pathetic. This guy has achieved a level of loser that science didn't even think possible. So rest assured, no matter how terrible you think you are, you will never even be in the same dimension as this homunculus I'm about to show you. The only man to master all 4 elements of douchebag, perpetually striking a goofy power stance that he saw on WikiHow when he googled how to look intimidating, berating and assaulting food service workers, threatening lawsuits in jail, and of course, the most powerful element of being a douchebag, a pair of sunglasses. A douchebag without sunglasses is like cereal without milk. And only this man here was chosen to master all 4 of these elements, the avatar of douchebag.
In fucking jail for robbery and stealing stuff. So she needs to get the fuck out of here before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life.
Sir, you are on camera right now?
There's just so much that happens in this short, less than 20-second video here. Somehow this man was able to speedrun, making everyone hate him. Like, he set an 80% record for the shortest amount of time it takes for everybody to hate you. So Johnny Bravo with an eating disorder here storms into Burger King, and we don't have the crucial lore that built up to this point. We're missing the context on exactly what's happening, which is unfortunately opened the fucking septic tank for these shitty journalists to just make things up. Biggest culprit is Daily Mail, which is just a giant piece of shit in the first place. They took this story and wiped their filthy ass with it. They said the reason for this meltdown was because the chicken nuggets were too spicy. And yeah, while I have no doubt this guy is a giant pussy who would start crying if some mild salsa accidentally dripped on his tortilla chips, this meltdown wasn't over chicken nuggets being too spicy. So the whole story, the background they built up here, the fan fiction they wrote around this guy, the mythos, is just entirely wrong. It did happen at a Burger King, that much is correct. This embarrassing meltdown is on the grand stage of meltdowns, Burger King. So it's like the fucking Broadway of meltdowns. Burger King and McDonald's, those are the 2 best out there for that. But it didn't happen because of spiciness. It happened, and I don't even know why they bothered changing this, because the real story is just as good as their clickbait garbage headline. The reason it happened is because he didn't get as many chicken nuggets as he was used to getting from Burger King. So this guy is a seasoned veteran of chicken nugget hoarding from Burger King, and one of the workers there must have hid one of those sacred chicken nuggets from him, and he counts each and every one of them. He came in there fucking primed and ready. He fucking stormed the gates and was giving her an earful.
In fucking jail for robbery and stealing stuff. So she needs to get the fuck out of here before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life.
Sir, you are on camera right now?
I understand chicken nuggets can be serious business, but this man really elevated that shit. He treated it like some kind of holy artifact. This is why the opening monologue says, can't fucking count except for robbery and stealing stuff. He's accusing her of stealing his chicken nuggets, and it's a robbery, which is why he then says, I'm gonna throw her in jail for the rest of her life if she doesn't get out of here. I cannot even imagine what he was thinking at this point, as if that's like a real charge you could bring up, some kind of felony, shorting someone 1 chicken nugget. Like, what did he expect? Like, some kind of high crime here where it'd go to court and he'd be like, Your Honor, no, you're not understanding. I was missing a chicken nugget that I, as an American red-blooded patriot, paid for. The jury gasps, missing nugget, and the judge swings the gavel. 100 years in prison for the Burger King worker, and then everyone claps. Like, this guy treats this fucking thing like some kind of Tumblr fanfiction in his head, I imagine. It's such a dumb goddamn idea. And then when he's told he's on camera, he makes the worst possible decision you can make when you're told you're on camera. He fucking slaps the worker, which is an actual crime. He just assaults the man, who was nothing but kind to him. He was honestly looking out for him like, bro, stop melting down, you're really embarrassing yourself. And then he just doubles down on this shit and slaps him for no fucking reason. And it was a bitch-ass slap, too. I'm something of a connoisseur when it comes to slapping after all the slapping tournaments I've watched. I've seen professional slapping. This was some garbage shit. This is a slap that would be delivered behind a dumpster during a drug deal gone wrong between 2 people that are just now learning about drugs. This was not a slap from a veteran, and it was pathetic. Unfortunately, the worker had glasses on, so it made the slap look more impactful than it was by having the glasses kind of like jiggle off. but it wasn't a very good textbook form slap. Really, this whole thing was just a whole bunch of fucking garbage, and I think unanimously we can all agree that this guy here is probably the biggest douchebag of 2020, and it's going to be hard to beat. I really thought this could be motivational for somebody that's maybe going through a hard time right now or struggling with their self-image. You will never be as bad as this guy unless you actively go out of your way to try and be a bigger loser than this guy. So just take that, realize that, look, I'm not the worst out there, look at this guy. And then that should help you see things a little more clearly and maybe be a little more positive. But anyway, that's about it. See ya. Fasten your seatbelts, it's time for a good old-fashioned, red-blooded American patriotic public freakout. This one takes place on a golf course.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You'll leave after I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
Take it.
He seems like a character from Mad Men. Like, he is smoldering right now. That is mean mugging. And then he holds up the golf ball like he's about to do a magic trick with it to make it disappear. So, from what I understand here about this situation is, this group was golfing, and this gentleman, which I can't say that word because he is not a gentleman at all. He's not conducting himself in an appropriate manner for the golf course, which is a holy sanctuary of good manners and some light day drinking. He has picked up their ball and refuses to give it back. I don't really know why. Maybe he's out of balls and he resorted to just scavenging for one, maybe. But he has their ball. They're confronting him saying like, hey, give that back. And he's saying, nope. There's just already so much information here to digest and marinate on. Now, one of the members of this party that had their golf ball stolen by the gluttonous golfer threatens to take his golf clubs in return, which I imagine they were just saying out of, jest and making fun of him. But you have to be cautious because clearly this man is resorting to caveman brain. He's going primal right now. He's not processing information rationally. So he might take that as a declaration of war, like a legitimate threat. If you're talking about taking someone's golf clubs, you're basically threatening to take their firstborn child to some of these golfers out here. So you just gotta be wary of the headspace the guy's in right now.
Where your fucking...
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
No, you're the one that approached me and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball!
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
I'll be honest here, I can't help but appreciate his power stance. The way that he holds himself is actually pretty impressive. It's a legitimate NPC stance. He's got this spiritual pressure that I can taste through the video. So he's drawing a line in the sand. He's saying, I'm not fucking leaving. You can sit here and complain, but I've got your ball and I'm not giving it back. So the Grinch has come out here and stolen Christmas, and he did it all while wearing Steve from Blue's Clues shirt. I love that he's got the green striped shirt on because since I grew up with Blue's Clues, I see a shirt like that and I immediately associate it with like a really nice person, and this guy is wiping his ass with that whole fucking idea. Because this guy is not nice at all. In fact, you know what? I'll say he's a bit of a jerk. Pardon my French.
You took her ball!
Bro, you took her ball.
I'm not gonna fight you over a
If you need money for her golf balls...
I'm going to, Walter. Because I'll plant you, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter.
Walter?
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you spin to heaven, bitch, and you wanna test God, you fucking come get it, shit stack.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't rip the shirt off Hulk Hogan style. The fact that he quickly takes it off like it's about to get sensual took away from the impact of the peak male physique reveal. Now shit's starting to pop off. It's about to look like 6th Street in Austin, Texas after the bars closed down. That's a really specific reference, but I think a lot of you understand what I'm talking about. There's this street in Texas with a ton of bars, and every single time the bars close, all the fights just start breaking out outside on that street all the time. Most of the street fights you see on the internet actually come from that area. That's like the genesis of fighting. Like, that's where fighting was invented, really. But anyway, let's dial back the clock a little bit. He said something very interesting that caught everyone off guard when he said Walter, and that he would plant him bitch boy. So all at once, the crowd says, Walter? 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 Like, no one knows where that came from, so I believe what happened here is for a brief moment, this dude traveled to a different dimension, and he was fighting a ghost named Walter. No one seems to know where that came from, but that was finally the last straw there, when he takes his shirt off. Walter was there, and he was ready to fuck him up.
Mentally ill.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you're
Then to heaven. Leave me alone.
So that's the second time he mentioned heaven. So the first time when the shirt comes off, he makes this statement about, you know, this is the body that went to heaven, so if you want to challenge God, then come get it, shit stack. I don't exactly know what a shit stack is. I guess if I was to put the context clues together and use the very obvious, it would be like a piece of poop on a piece of poop on a piece of poop, like a whole fucking tower of it. But who does that? I've never seen a shit stack per se. But what's the most interesting part here is that he keeps mentioning heaven. And I don't exactly know what that's about, but it is pretty intimidating. That gives some psychopath energy. It reminds me of Hey Arnold with the don't hit me, I'll hit me. Like the whole thing being act as crazy as possible to stop a fight from happening. Maybe that was the tactic here, so that way he could have them leave on their own accord and he gets to keep their ball. He gets the treasure. Like, you know, maybe it's possible. But yeah, either way, I just found this to be really interesting because it goes 0 to 100 so quick. Because for some reason he inexplicably takes their ball and refuses to give it back. And it turned into this big song and dance. It just feels like so many people are on edge all the time and are willing to die for things that are super small. It just, I don't know, it's just a wild phenomenon that I'm noticing being very common these days. Also, there's another thing I want to point out. When he takes his shirt off initially, he looks down at himself a couple times, and then when he looks up, he looks almost surprised, as if he didn't know what to expect when his shirt came off there. Maybe, like, it wasn't the same view that he has of his body when he looks at himself in the mirror, so it caught him off guard. I don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, because it's been a little while since we went over just a good old-fashioned public freakout. That's about it. See ya. Oh, you've done it now, Buster. I am officially peeved. You've got my ham steamed and you won't like it when I'm angry. Let's talk about Doom Dark Ages. Last night I streamed it for like 4 hours. I had roughly 20-21 crashes, something like that. An infuriating experience that makes it borderline unplayable with how often this game would shit the bed. And that is already upsetting enough because I'm a huge Doom fan. I mean, spoiler alert, Doom Eternal is one of my top 50 favorite games. I have a whole fucking statue and display dedicated to it. Man, I feel like I'm playing Surgeon Simulator. I can't figure out how to point my finger at it. And then right underneath that, you might notice there's a Doom Dark Ages collectible statue there too. Because I was extremely excited for this game, but this is beyond disappointing and I'm not going to try and make excuses and cope about it. It's not acceptable and it hasn't been. Like, Dragon's Dogma 2, for example, another game I had huge issues getting to run. Worth noting, I had a different PC back then, so it's not like it's the same PC for both games now. But that game got torn a new asshole for very similar things. But for Doom Dark Ages, that one's getting a full pass, and instead, now I'm being blamed for my experience with this game. So the big thing is that people are saying I should have known not to update my drivers. Bah humbug! Tui, I spit on that. That is the most outlandish statement I've ever heard. Like a fucking jellyfish sting on a public beach, it pissing me off. When you launch this bastard, kicking your legs in your chair, getting really excited, it gives you this message saying updated drivers are required, and then it gives you the option of saying yes, updating the drivers to 57640, or just playing with your current drivers. It says it's required, thus it's highly recommended. So, in a sane person's mind, you'll see that and be like, oh, if I want optimal performance, I'll probably need these drivers. Which is what I did. I feel like it's not unreasonable to expect things to work. I mean, I guess in 2025 gaming, that is a very high bar to clear, admittedly. But still, in a case like this, you would expect this driver rollout to be functional, not just be like a lump of coal Krampus delivers you, but that's exactly what you get. So I downloaded those updated drivers, and there's a very well-known problem. It's not just me, and it's not my PC, contrary to what a lot of free PR warriors are doing for Doom Dark Ages' horrible launch right now. It is a known issue, even just blatantly listed here when it says what drivers needed to play Doom Dark Ages on PC. It says that the game supported by NVIDIA GPUs will need 57640 or higher, and that there is a documented issue. Some users may experience persistent crashing when playing the game on 57640. This is a very well-documented issue tons and tons and tons of people are having. And then I'll read comments like this, one of the top comments on the video where it says yes or play. He chooses yes to update instead of just clicking play. It didn't force you to update your drivers, Charles. You did this to yourself. What kind of victim-blaming shit is this? Do you also shake your fist, rub your chin, and say the same thing when a family gets carjacked or something? Well, shouldn't have been driving. That's on you. Granted, that's a very extreme example, but this is stupid. How is it my fault for trusting that these updated drivers they are pushing would work? Why am I to blame as opposed to them for rolling out a non-functioning product right now? What sense does that make? Where is the justice in that take? Hindsight's 2020. Looking back on it, yeah, obviously downloading the new drivers was not a good idea, but there's no way to have known that wasn't going to be a good idea without downloading the drivers in the fucking first place, Poindexter. There would be no way for me to know that because these drivers rolled out on launch. So I didn't even have any data to go by if I wanted to look up to make sure the drivers were functional. It literally came out for that. So the only way to know that it was dog shit was to eat the dog shit first. And now that I've tasted it, I can spit it back up and be like, man, wish I had known. Because they disguised it. They put that dog shit in a really appetizing dish and then fed it to me. And you know that because of me guinea pigging it for you. It's a stupid take and a crazy way of trying to pass the blame on this experience to me as opposed to the multi-billion-dollar corporation that can't get a fucking launch right. I think it is silly and unreasonable for blaming people that updated their drivers when the game itself is shoving it down their throat like a big chode and people are just updating the drivers. Plus, for what it's worth, I did roll it back to previous drivers and still had crashing. Now, not as severe, not as frequent, but it's still there. It is just an issue. And other people updated their drivers because of the crashing on previous drivers only to make it worse. So, I think it's just stupid to be blaming people for updating these drivers when the game is telling them that it's required to do so, and the drivers rolled out with the known issue of persistent crashing. That's craziness. They are the ones at fault, not the players that did what they were asked to do. Now, another thing that I keep seeing people say is that it's my PC. It's truly just unique to Charles's PC. Load of hooey. Absolute barnacles on that take as well. My PC can run pretty much any game ever. This is 100% the drivers being trash, and also just the game not being optimized for PC at all. This is a known issue across the board. Now, I've done hours worth of troubleshooting and testing, which, by the way, I think is just so fucking stupid that in 2025 you roll out the game, you push the game out, you send it, you sell the game, and yet the first people to play it are basically your beta testers. Like, come on. Why can't we release optimized products anymore? Except for something like Expedition 33 that I can't stop glazing and gushing grannies about enough. But that game is truly perfect in the modern day and age, where I had no issues with it. Even with Unreal 5, I didn't even have any fucking issues, which is notorious for having, like, stuttering, crashing, and all kinds of other problems, a plethora of issues. Not a single fucking one for me. Yet somehow, Doom Dark Ages makes it almost unplayable. I'm getting off on a tangent. I am absolutely, I'm livid. I'm turning tomato red, I think. Point is, we are fighting amongst ourselves for no reason when the main villain here is the corporations that rolled out something they knew wasn't working well. This is a $70 AAA title. That should come with an expectation that it is optimized to the best of their ability, that it's at least working for the vast majority of people. I understand you're never going to get something that runs flawlessly for everybody with how many different rigs there are out there. I've talked about that a lot. I get that. But this is such a widespread, common problem that this prevalence should indicate that this is a pretty bad PC launch. This is not the fault of players who did what the game asked them to do. This is the fault of these companies that rolled out something that is just not in a good state. So now I've had to spend hours troubleshooting, not only myself, but tons of players have had to spend hours troubleshooting to find some combination of settings and changes that work, like disabling integrated graphics and all kinds of other different measures to try and take to make this game function without crashing. And people are just saying, you know, that's part of the experience, that's to be expected. It's not, though. Like, Expedition 33 proved that that shouldn't be the norm. It can be done. Doom Dark Ages just didn't do it, and it sucks. It really does, because the game's good. I'm enjoying the game. I don't like it as much as Eternal right now, but I am still liking the game. And I'm still early in it. I could end up liking it more than Eternal. Of course, that's assuming I get to play more than in these 10-minute chunks in between crashes. Now, the solutions that I've implemented here, they seem to be working. I've been able to play issue-free for about an hour straight, which is a new personal record here for this game. So we'll see if that holds up today on stream. But yeah, anyway, it just made me really frustrated that for years, games that have had bad PC launches have been rightfully called out. But in this case with Doom Dark Ages, it's no longer like the game itself or the NVIDIA or anything. It's now the finger being pointed at players like it's their fault. Like, oh, it's just your shitty PC, or, well, you should have known not to update those drivers. Now you're fucked. That's your fault. Like, I just think that is so dumb. My PC's a fucking monster, by the way. Like, it's just not my PC. And I think in a lot of these cases I've read about, it's not the PC there at fault either. It is truly just they are openly stating that this is a known issue with these drivers, and also the game itself just has a crashing problem even outside of the driver update. So yeah, that should be what the focus is. An expensive AAA game with another bad PC port launch. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's about it. So yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. This season on the YouTube drama soap opera has been a pretty interesting one, and as this season winds to a close, we get one hell of a surprise here. It turns out YouTube tough guys aren't that tough. What a shocker. Now when I say YouTube tough guys, I'm referring to the braggadocio YouTubers like Rice Scum and FaZe Banks. FaZe Banks also happens to be the protagonist in today's story. And the ones that really just flex a whole bunch of money on their 12-year-old fans who live vicariously through their success. The fan base is sad, their personas are sad. Today we get to see what happens when an unstoppable douchebag meets an actual confrontation. Now I want to make it clear before I start this, I don't care about the story. It's a fucked up story and I'm not taking sides, although I am more inclined to believe FaZe Banks and Alyssa's side. Even though they are known liars, Barley's statement was just really bad. And in my experience, the bouncers do start most of this shit at these types of establishments. But once again, I don't care about the story, I just care about when FaZe Banks gets involved in a fight. The security footage has just been released. The footage is chopped into pieces to fit this horrible narrative that I don't believe any rational person's going to believe at all, but it does show FaZe Banks in an actual confrontation. No smoke and mirrors, no CGI. This is a real YouTube tough guy in a real altercation.
A couple are internet stars. We monitor stuff like this here at the television station. They get millions of hits over outrageous videos that they post. Their names are Alyssa Violet and Ricky Banks.
And I can't believe it happened to us.
What happened to Ricky Banks began when he was in a restricted basement area of the Barley House and was asked to leave. He made fists.
I love how the reporter calls them outrageous videos. He looks down on the videos, as well he should. They're really bad videos. But if only you could say shitty videos on the air, huh, reporter? This is the first sign that you're an insufferable asshole when you throw up a set of hands and then walk away. Trying to make it seem like your dick isn't 2 inches fully erect in front of everybody there, so you throw up your hands like you're ready to fight, but really you don't want to fight at all. You just want to get the fuck out of there and hope he doesn't take your lunch money. On YouTube, that comical display of masculinity will get an applause from your 12-year-old audience for your courage and being too real and savage. But in real life, you can see him immediately walk away because he knows the bouncer would beat his ass into his asshole. Now, I do agree with FaZe Banks, though, in that perhaps the bouncers were power tripping and being overly aggressive, because in my experience, the bouncers in a lot of places are power tripping insecure bundles of meat who take out a lot of aggression on the customers unnecessarily. So I agree that maybe this bouncer was a big douchebag, but don't throw up your set of hands like you're going to throw down with him, because you're not, and you didn't.
And feigned fighting to a bouncer. He and his girlfriend, Alyssa, resisted and were guided up the steps into the main dining area. She was riding a bouncer's back aggressively. Then the cameras came out again, with Alyssa getting into the faces of other customers, just trying to leave. There's punching and hair pulling. As it goes on, you see Ricky throw a glass at other customers. Later, another confrontation as the camera came out again. There's a struggle, and from the shadows, Ricky attacks again, striking a customer, not a bouncer as he had boasted.
Now, Ricky comes out of nowhere and starts pounding this guy in the face from behind. Totally cheap shot.
FaZe Banks out here with his bald spot looking like a fucking default monk class in an MMO game. No wonder he always wears a hat. For real, Ricky, keep that hat on. If you take that hat off in one of your awful vlog videos, your 12-year-old audience is going to respond like that scene in the SpongeBob movie when King Neptune is revealed to be bald. I also really love how these vlogging YouTubers get really upset when other people record them. Like last year when Rice Gum slapped the phone out of the Gabby Show's, aka Gabby Schumer Show's hand because she was recording him. You'd think of all people to be okay with being recorded in public, it'd be these assholes, but apparently not. So as we just saw, all 90 pounds of FaZe Banks went into fight or flight mode there. His low testosterone and high estrogen really started pumping quickly, and he went against his nature and actually got involved in a confrontation. And the best thing he could muster is he could throw a fucking sucker punch. You will never lose my respect or the respect of any man faster than throwing a sucker punch on somebody. Just starts sneaking up behind a man like he's in Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell playing as Sam Fisher going for an assassination, and throws the weakest wet noodle of a punch I have ever seen in my life. And he actually broke his hand from this punch here. He lets out this flurry of incompetent and clearly awful throws that is just so laughably bad. I can't be happier that he broke his hand in it. It looks like an old lady fighting for her purse back right now. It's just so sad. Here's one of your premier YouTube tough guys duking it out with someone in real life who didn't even see them coming. Don't tussle with the muscle, or lack of muscle. No, but really, for real, don't tussle with the phase muscle. Unless, of course, you do, then he's going to break his hand on the back of your head. And then you'll be left wondering why a 3-year-old just shot a spitball at the back of your head. You'll pretty much mistake his punch for a mosquito landing on you. Now, as a surprise to nobody, YouTube tough guys are my least favorite content creators on this website, and I say content creators in quotation marks. I really despise them. And it's not because I hate their content, which I do. I understand people are going to like different content, and their content is geared towards children. So that's not where I have a problem. My problem is how they shit on everybody else who isn't as successful as them or doesn't have as much money as them, and how they manufacture so much negativity on the site and create all of this fake drama and fake beef. And then they make these abysmal diss tracks at each other that make my cock smaller just by listening to snippets of them. And then they have all of these call-out videos where I'm so tough, come fight me. It's just so, it's embarrassing. Which is why I never call myself a YouTuber, because it's downright just embarrassing to even be associated with a lot of shit on this platform. And unfortunately, the first thing someone thinks of when they hear the word YouTube, the first thing they think of are these human catheters like FaZe Banks, Rice Gum, and Jake Paul, because they're the most successful right now. But yeah, anyway, this was a National Geographic look at a YouTube tough guy in the wild. So I'd also like this to serve as a reminder to any viewers of the YouTube tough guys that they're just playing characters. They don't actually believe they're tough guys who can take people in fights. They know they can't, which is why they just make videos back and forth against each other and never do anything about it. So yeah, that's it. See ya. Isn't this the who do you think you are, I am guy? I know it is. Is this where it comes from?
Please stop moving while I'm on my approach. That's all I ask.
Classic Pete.
It's much more fun listening to
Would you please stop moving in my approach?
Not good when you have the
I don't know what's hard about that to understand.
Yeah, let's go Pete!
Don't know who he's looking at.
My man.
He's got the rabbit ear.
It's what he's talking to, somebody moving.
3 times now.
Go beat their ass, Pete.
Again, I want to move.
Trying to move to the
You son of a bitch, I heard you breathing. I heard you breathing during my approach.
We're a long way
you
off
sick
him,
fuck.
So I don't think he heard me talking.
I'm taking cover.
That's it. I'm coming over. I'm ripping your dick off. And I'm putting it in my mouth.
I'm ducking.
Yeah.
Pete's ornery.
Yeah, if you move again, Pete'll make sure you never move again.
Really irritated with somebody
He'll
over
break
there
your fucking
to the
legs
right
with a
side.
baseball bat.
They're absolutely in stiff jackets.
Bullshit of Pete? Of pussy ass Pete? No
Stood
way.
up all day. That
Really?
10.
Do that again.
He is still talking.
Do something, Pete. Climb over there and fucking rip at his goddamn nipples.
Are we watching a bowling match or a boxing match? What's going on?
Oh, it's about to be a fucking street fight with Pete. This guy's a warrior.
It's called sportsmanship, pal.
God, I wish we knew who he was talking to.
We've been watching.
He's having a psychosis episode, I think.
I don't know who it is he's talking to.
Somebody's rooting against Pete over there on that side.
No, they're not.
And they
Who is it? It looks like fucking stock characters in an old video game in the stands of Madden or something. It's just blank expressions across the board. Nobody is rooting against Pete. Pete is seeing his own demons somewhere over here. I don't know. Shit, I wish I didn't skip the first minute. I missed crucial lore, but we'll go back. We'll rewind the clock.
So Pete Weber gets the spare.
Uh-oh.
To claim it.
That was a threat from Pete.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
That's the classic line right there, baby. That's Pete. But now I have context. I don't know who he was mad at, but with that last line, he killed them. Who do you think you are? I am, baby. I want to see what led up to this.
Opening shot. Higher seat.
Who do I think I am? You are. Let's go, Pete.
Forces Weber to begin.
Woo!
And a 4-pin. And
PBA players yelling and raging. How often does this happen in professional bowling?
Go through it. Take that, you bottle bitch! Come on!
What?
Everybody, come on! Let's
You
go.
bottle bitch?
Orders.
What does that mean?
Hey, good job up there. I see you. Good job up there. A lot of class, pal.
You're a bowler. What do you mean? The only reason they're there is because they're probably drunk and went to the wrong place.
I'm telling you, don't do it.
I like it. I like this.
Oh boy. He didn't tell me there was going to be violence.
She flashes that camera again on my approach.
Wait, you said this on the podcast?
What?
I hear it.
Take that, you bottle bitch!
Wait, was she flashing her tits at the camera or something? Why would you be mad about that?
Let's go!
Oh, ooh, stink. Big stink on that one. Bad, very bad.
In the pavilion.
The worst of Pete Weber. This is not Pete Weber going wild, it's just him doing shitty.
Just a touch high.
This sucks. Yeah, I guess it's just Pete Weber doing bad. I just want to see Pete Weber going nuts. Pete Weber tells Madison he's been intimate with other women. Wait, Pete Weber the bowler?
I'm trying so hard to
Oh, please God. Tell me he was on The
put
Bachelor.
myself in your shoes.
Son of a bitch. Who's that guy? Who do you think you are? Pete is. God damn it, I got clickbaited.